In this video, I'm going to look at how to do the analysis portion of the Impulse Momentum Lab. So I've done my 3 trials, I've collected my data, and then there is a series of questions that ask me under the analysis section that I need to calculate. So the first 2 are initial and final momentum of the cart. The second 2 are impulse and change in the cart's momentum. And then what is the difference between change in momentum and impulse? And then what is the percent difference between really change in momentum and impulse? If impulse and momentum theorem is true, this number should be pretty close to 0 down here. I should have no difference between the 2. So first one, to find the initial momentum of the cart, what I'm going to do is multiply mass and initial velocity. So if I go equals mass times initial velocity, there we go. We have my first value. Now it wants me to copy this equation down. I don't want to copy it down because I'm going to do a slightly different one for final momentum, because I'm going to go equal mass times final velocity. What it was doing is, for the first one, it's multiplying these 2. It thought that I wanted to multiply these 2 for the next one, which I don't. I actually want to multiply those 2. So there we go. We have the final initial momentum. I'm going to copy those calculations for trial 1 and trial 2 and trial 3. The second step wants me to figure out impulse. Well, remember what impulse is average force multiplied by the time. There we go. And change in momentum, well, that would just be final momentum minus initial momentum. So there we go. Now those 2 numbers look pretty darn close. Let's go with the other ones. They also look pretty darn close. So, I mean, it looks like we're probably good enough at this point that I could say that these are probably the same. But let's continue on with difference and percent difference just to show that they are the same. So difference between momentum and impulse, I'm just going to take change in momentum and subtract the impulse. So what this one's telling me is there's a little more impulse and change in momentum. In these 2, there's a tiny bit more change in momentum than impulse. And then finally, for percent difference, I'm going to take difference and divide by impulse. And we can see we get really small numbers. If I multiply by 100% or change this into a percentage, we can see we're going to get, that's like 1%. 0.01% or 0.1% and 0.5%. So these are all really small values. If I wanted to change that to percentage, I can go up to percentage here and format it as a percentage, and there we go. It does that formatting for me. So I can say for sure in my experiment that it looks like change in momentum and impulse are the same thing. And so that's how I'd end up doing the analysis portion of the Impulse Momentum Lab.